What's up? UMD plan. So I was doing some thinking, right? A bit of thinking here and there. I think what I want to build long term at UMD is an agora. I think that's the way you're meant to say it, but I like saying agora because it sounds nicer to me. But an agora is basically, I think, in ancient Greek was a convenient place for people to talk about ideas, philosophy, and all that. I think my idea of the agora I want to build, I'm just gonna say agora because I like it better. I want to build at UMD is kind of like this place where people can just come exchange there. It's very similar to, I guess, how it was in ancient Greek, and maybe it could be something specific like AI research or maybe computer vision or something like that, or it could be more broad like AI research or maybe science, STEM, and all that. I don't know what's going to look like. Precisely. I do think it's just something I want to build. I think it's something that I don't know. I think right now UMD, what I've noticed with the different groups I look at is that you have these really cool groups doing really cool things. I just joined a Claude Builder group, right? And you have like Big Think AI, you have AI plus ML, you have a bunch of stuff going on here and there. But then within those groups, you don't see a lot of communication. Like by communication, I just mean communication between regular members. So like in another group, like ideally how it would work is that someone says, "Hey, I'm working on this cool project. I found this cool paper. Hey, you guys should check it out." Like, "Oh, that paper's stupid. Here's why. Actually, that's not a dumb paper. That actually reminds me of this," and blah blah blah. And a conversation unfolds from there. Right. Some that's how I imagine communication within these groups, but that doesn't happen, right? And I thought it was just a matter of, oh, maybe I'm just noticing patterns that aren't there. There's a word for that, apophanelia, I think. Maybe I was just noticing patterns that weren't there, but then the more and more it happened, I think it was just a natural thing. And maybe it's something reserved to the sciences. Maybe it's something very STEM, like, but I really don't like it. I think it's much better for me and people in general when you have communication with this because it builds camaraderie. I can't speak. It builds familiarity. It builds friendships, but also builds these like networks. Not even like in the sense of professional, but I guess professional, where it's like, okay, I you can be helped and you can help others, and that's so beautiful in so many ways. I really want to kind of enable that. I'm trying here and there. With Big Think, I know I post like some links here and there, and like say, oh, this is really cool. Or I ask like questions and every now and like, oh, is anyone work on any cool projects related to this or something like that. I'm really bad with following up with conversations though, because I don't know what to say. Like after someone says, "Oh yeah, I'm doing this," I'm like, "Oh wow, that's really cool," because it is really cool. But I don't have anything else. Like I don't like making up fake questions because I don't know. Um, but that's kind of why I want to build this whole agora thing, right? I think it would be a really cool idea to kind of have this platform where people can just come together and like really be engaged and like, oh, I'm really doing this, I'm really curious about this, or maybe people can host talks and debates, right? I think that was kind of my idea when I came here in a sense, like, okay, there's gonna be like these cool debates happening in the middle of the campus or whatever, where people talk about this. I think that would be really, really cool. Right. I don't think it has to be something where it's like, oh, a controversy, like, oh, copyright and AI, right? I think it just be something natural. It's like, oh, these are really cool ideas. I'd really love to see how these ideas develop through us discussing about them. Um, but yeah, I think if also going to more into logistics, I think the platform that would be hosted on is Discord. I'm very biased, but I think in terms of large scale platforms with multiple random members, I think that's probably the best platform to use to grow for scale. I think GroupMe is a nice, a GroupMe is a nice, just chatting casually. But the thing with GroupMe is just not. I don't think built for scale, and it's just like there's no channels, and well, they are, but it's like it's hard to use. But Discord is better suited. I think, funny enough, I think the reason a lot of people don't like using Discord is because they have bad experiences with Discord. But what I'd like to say is that those experiences are very valid. I also think that I think for me, what I was doing as a young kid, I wasn't just joining random discords. I was very careful with the discords I joined. So I think maybe that helps. Like that's why like only join discords where you know like the people running discords because there's a lot of crazy people out there. Um, but yeah, it's a really crazy thing. But I do think that's the best platform to use. Uh, in terms of like actual events, I think like what I was saying, the debate thing would be really cool. And just hoping them open platforms. Cause I think another issue is that once an event is going on, it's very hard to find that, right? Because it's like, okay, let's say I have an event in a classroom, then no one's gonna know because you can't really walk by the classroom, right? You have to know where it is because it's such a big campus, right? So it's not like a natural thing to just walk by a building like, oh, what's going on here? What's going on here? So I think maybe holding them in open spaces like that and really just doing stuff that feel that feel new, right? Not stuff that's been done before. Like, oh, let's do a introductions or icebreakers, like something that feels new, because people are attracted to new things. People are always tired of doing the same thing, like slightly different. Like, just do something new. I think that's where this could be really cool. I think it doesn't even have to be something that's hard. I think it's something that, even though I'm talking now, I think it's something that you just try and do without any official documentation. Just try and do like some quick test run and see how it goes. Um, but yeah, I think maybe the first step would be just to kind of have one event and see how people respond to that. I think, even though I said I don't want like a controversy thing, I think maybe copyright might be really good because it's a really attractive topic. I think Sora 2, the release of Sora 2 and all the videos that came through it is still fresh on people's minds. So I think that's really a big thing that everyone, regardless of your background, is interested in. Um, yeah, I think maybe just find that place and just say, okay, hey, here's a mic, discuss this idea. And then people come and then I say, I'll join here during this server if you want to see more conversations like this. Uh, yeah. Another thing I was thinking about was, I think around this, no, no, around this time, I think around a year ago, I was talking about the idea of a guild, and the guild is essentially just like this group of people that like have similar goals or similar, just want to be together and have similar goals and do similar things, and you have like tasks that can be assigned to guild members. I think it was a really cool idea. It's very fantasy like in all forms I've seen it. Even though you have actual guilds in real life, you have like a writers guild and all that. I think you have a handsmaker guild or something like that. But I've always wanted to do that for a while. And I think with this agora thing I'm trying to build, that's very different from this guild idea I do hope to do. 'Cause I don't think they can coincide as much as I want them to. Because with this agora thing, I think it's not something where it's like this created guild where like it can grow naturally. I think with this, I just want to get that communication started. Right? It's not like a matter of like, okay, I need you guys all to be brothers and sisters and like I don't know. That's like not the idea of a guild, but still, um I think I think the thing I was worried about was that with this agora, if it grew like really, really fast, it could become very much unstable, can be very argumentative, it can become very toxic, right? Versus like a guild where it will grow like friend by friend, like that, and grows like slowly, kind of. I think um I think that's looking very far into the future, but I think it's something I am thinking about. Um, but yeah, I think right now I should just focus on getting one event done and um seeing what happens, what the I guess what's gonna be the friction in building such a thing. But yeah, I think that's where my head is at. That's like the long term thing I want to be cultivating while I'm here at UMD. But besides that, I have nothing else to say, so have a great day.